Welcome to my world. Come on in. Hi guys. Hello, Mary me tell you is of course today I try to adjust the exposure so I won't be so washed out. So let's today's topic was originally asked for by Jonathan Ung, and it was on Astral Travel. And be honest when I say we're going to try to explain it as best we can. And we also will need to remind you of some concerns that you need to address for Astral Travel. First of all, I've been doing Astral Travel since I was very young, and I have lots of experience with it because it's something I've known how to do from the very beginning when I was a little girl, and I never really had to learn. It just was something I do naturally. Now, looking at the Wikipedia explanation of Astral Travel and astral projections, they're saying they're the same thing. No, they're not. Let me explain what the difference is, and then I think you'll understand. The way me and Lumi break Astral Travel down is as follows. We see Astral Travel as more like watching a television. Okay, that is, we are in the background. We're not actually there in the scene. We tend to, obviously, like she was mentioning about in Venice and eating fettuccine Alfredo, clearly if we were in astral projection as a passive bystander, we would not have been able to eat fettuccine Alfredo. So that's where we have astral projection. Astral projection is where you interact with the astral plane. It's an out-of-body experience, or OBE, as it says in Wikipedia. But we see astral projection as a slightly more interactive position than astral travel. So whenever we refer to we more or less really are talking about astral projection and not astral travel. Now, many people say there is no difference. If you ask me, Lumi, there is a difference. Yeah, first of all, astral travel is, it takes a very disciplined mind to reach the proper state to get ready for it. You can't just jump right into it. This one took a while to do because we had to figure out how we could explain it without sounding a little bit either too eclectic or, to some people, too out in the fringe. So we're going to try to explain it from a simple level of what it is, and then we'll try to explain how you begin the process of reaching that state. It is a state of consciousness that requires a trance-like condition to be in the right state to have, so that your body can leave, or so your soul can leave your body. And it takes some people do it through various means. Michelle uses music, and of course we do it naturally when we're sleeping. Yes. So now, what kind of music do you use? Is if you're going to use music, is very much a personal thing. Some people like to use instrumental meditation music. Some people like to use almost, just like sounds of like effects, like the sound of an ocean or the sound of birds. Michelle likes to use good old-fashioned rock and roll. It's funny. It's true. Michelle uses rock and roll. She grew up in the 80s. And so for her, 80s music, some of the music in the 80s is really, really very enlightening. So Michelle likes to use 80s music. We can't play it here on the radio, but, we'd love to. We're going to start talking about how we do it. Now, first of all, the most important thing we're going to talk about right now is some warnings. I got to give these to you just because it is important to give you at least the full things that you're going to have to deal with. Anytime you have an out-of-body experience, controlled or uncontrolled. Okay, we're talking about controlled here. If someone boinks you on the head and all of a sudden you're seeing, angels and things like that, well, that's definitely not arranged experience unless you ask the guy to bonk you on the head. But for astral travel, the most important thing is your body is basically is vacant for the most part. And so it means that they see the lights on, but nobody's home. So your demonics can come and invade your inner sanctum. And when they do that, of course, when your spirit returns, you find out that someone has changed your lock, and he's basically throwing you out. Yeah, and then of course, when the demons do that, they basically make you spiritually homeless. Yeah, and if you do manage to get back in, the demons will make your life a living hell, to the point where you can't even get anything done. You can't get things done. So you need to make sure to do the equivalent of set up your security system to keep you aware of that. Not only that, but also, of course, in routine things like the telephone, or if there's an answering machine or a doorbell. There is a cord that is attached to your body. Okay, your cord, there's actually two cords. Yeah, there's two cords. The first cord is the one that we say attaches to your body, because your body is yours for this time on Earth, and it is entrusted to you. Okay, now it's connected. We used to mention by a cord, but it's not really a cord in the traditional sense of the word. But I guess if I'm going to use a cord example, why not? Okay, but it's easy enough to understand. I'm going to take this cord off the phone here. Here I have a phone cord. Okay. Okay, here's your soul. Here's your body. Except unlike a phone cord, I can stretch indefinitely. And when I'm done, something happens. You find yourself go right back in case of an emergency return. Very abrupt. You don't want to go there. What you want to do is always make sure, if you can, is especially for the first few times, is that you're going to want to gently get to know your system. And if someone, and you will snap back on occasion, okay? And if you do, it's really, really kind of a shocking first few times you do it. And you tend to get a little bit upset because it's emotionally alarming. So you've got to practice to handle the hard returns as well as the soft returns. Soft returns are the ideal ones. Those are the ones where you are basically going in and traveling, and it's like, yeah, okay. So clearly, for whatever means that travel is you need to learn to deal with those hard and soft returns. Okay, so I want to talk about how you deal with the soft ones. The soft ones are basically is when you arrange to return. Okay, that means is that you start to visualize yourself in your body, and you begin to feel your existence reflow into your body, or more like you start to feel your body sensations, like your hands, your skin, you begin to feel you're returning to your home body. That's what we call a soft return. It's very nice, it's very smooth, and it's really the best way to return because it's not so jarring. But unfortunately, if you did not set a sentry or a PCU to remain on watch, so if a demonic just tried to grab your body, and you may find yourself totally separated from your body, potentially permanently. In other words, your body is now owned by somebody else who's basically body jacked you. Yeah. And that's not good. It really is hard to explain it because, like I said in many of my videos, trying to explain something that I do naturally is very difficult. Well, why don't we talk about how we do it if you're not listening to music? Because we can't play music because of the YouTube copyright contents rules. Well, there's some music playing in the background right now, Lynn, but I think with our microphone, you're probably not going to hear too much of it on the microphone. Uh, so let's talk about how we would do it if I'm going to try to simulate going into into meditation, but I'm going to do my best not to actually go in, just so we can show you how it's done. First thing you need to do is you got to find a comfortable space. And if you can have someone to go and work with you, a professional would be best. If you can find somebody who knows how to do astral travel, such as a transcendental medium or something like that, that's be best of all. Somebody who can help you to reach that proper state and prepare yourself for the journey. The most important thing, as I said, is you got to be relaxed. The first thing you got to do is you got to let everything go. You just got to basically let your mind flow. Okay? Yes, my eyes are closed. I know that. It's because it's part of the meditation. Okay? So what you do is you want to basically just quietly take deep breaths. And when you do that, you cleanse the soul. Okay? In new air, out old air. Okay? And you start to feel like the top of my head starts to tingle. It's almost like a door of a launch bay opening up, and so the spirit is getting ready to take flight. Okay, and so you start to take flight, and so this is something that, like I said, people who've never done astral travel before freak out when they start to feel the top of the chakra here starting to tingle and sometimes feel itchy. Please do not panic, okay, if you feel this. It's okay. It just means that you're spiritual, you're reaching a higher energy field. And if you're not getting a sensation like that, then maybe you have not quite found the proper state for you. You gotta keep working on it till you reach the point where all of a sudden everything that you begin to lose all sensations of your physical existence. And also this is where Lumi comes in nice, because usually if I'm going astral travel, she's here, watching out for the bad guys. Okay, but if you happen to be doing it enough times, you begin to realize that there's a lot of things out there where there's a lot of people that are not very nice. The demons are out there to hurt you. Let's talk about the chakra flowering. I think that's related to a different stage of consciousness, but I think it certainly is important. Yes, because, like you said, you might feel like your scalp starting to tingle, and and if you really get really good at it, you will actually find that your hair starts to burn off your head. Really, Michelle has done it. Michelle has burned her hair off her head. That's why I had to for a while, had to stop doing astral travel, was to allow my head to begin to reheal the hair, so the hair could grow back. It's really high energy, and when you get to be in the 9th level of consciousness, you are more there than here, and it definitely makes it harder. I can explain. I'm trying to explain some of the stuff is like trying to explain, like I said before in a explanation of trying to explain color to a man who's never seen color before. Maybe a person who's been blind since birth, and you say, oh, like I said, like this background's blue, right? There's all these stuffed animals, one's tan, and the couch is kind of a green, yellowish green color. You might go, I don't know, they're just words to me. So to explain this is very difficult. And this is where, again, you need to get to know somebody who can help you reach that state, somebody who can hands-on experience. Michele can help people physically reach that point, but to actually try to explain it on a video is very difficult because it's just really not easy, you know. So why don't we talk about briefly? I know that you and I talked to Susan Girth about this, but I wanted to see if you could help me to explain what a demon can do when you're not there. Obviously, if they see the lights on, that the door's unlocked, so to speak, they're going to, because they're homeless, they're looking for places to reside, and they'll home invade, and they'll take your home, your body. And then when you return, because you forgot to lock your door, so to speak, you'll find a dark entity in your body that is not wanting to leave. Okay, and when you get to that point where you got a dark entity, even if you do manage to sneak in through the bathroom window, he's going to find you. And when he finds you, he's not going to be very pleasant about it. And that's where, again, you need to worry about things like exorcisms. Because, again, even if you have able to take control of some of the everyday functions like walking and talking, the demon is going to be able to do everything he can to make sure that you do not get control back. They also like to destroy the body. Yeah, they're like college frat boys. They party like there's no tomorrow. In fact, they'll destroy your body with all kinds of nasty things like drugs and alcohol and cigarettes, and wanton sex and whatever. And by the time you do get your body back, it's gonna look like a heroin junkie, possibly with needle tracks up and down your arms, tattoos in places you don't want them, and so it's best to make sure that you don't forget to spiritually lock your door, obviously. But that's, again, is a whole nother exercises to begin to understand how much of your body you got to leave behind and how much of your body you can take with you. I'm talking about your spirit, not so much your body. Your body's just a husk. It's not really. It's like this cup. Okay, this is your body. Okay, it holds the contents. In this case, this holds coffee, right? So in this case, if this is your body, it holds your spirit. If it holds your spirit, and your spirit leaves your body, just like if I pour this coffee into another cup or whatever, or if I pump it or dump it down my esophagus, after a while the body is empty, and that means that, as I said, a dark entity is going to see an empty husk, and then if there's no security system set, no kind of a warning to get you back. This is where, again, you have to accept the snapping of the cord. When I say the snapping of the cord is that it's an emergency return. So it's like, bam. You're going to have to learn how to deal with those hard knocks too, because clearly you don't want to try to return gradually. I mean, you want to if you can, but this is an emergency, like saying, Michele Marie Dalene, please return to your body stat. Means now, not 5 minutes from now. Okay? So you have to be ready to get back there really quick. And again, so learning how to cushion yourself and prepare for that sudden from there to here is an essential thing. Same thing if you're going to try to be up on keeping things with the phone and intercoms and all this other stuff. You need to be able to return, because obviously if the phone rings, they're not going to be sitting on the line. The ring is going to go ring, 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 ring while you're sitting there, taking 2 minutes to return. The caller on the other end of the line isn't going to be patient enough to wait that long. Now, ideally, in that case, what you might want to do is set an answering machine up, but if you don't have one, well, maybe you could arrange to have someone, just like I said, in the physical realm, could arrange to answer the phone free, so you can focus on the travel and not have to worry about the mundane things like the phone and the other things. Well, guys, I hope that what little I gave you helps. I'm sorry I couldn't really come up with a better, concise answer. It's just that the whole topic is really more of a hands-on thing. Oh, yes. Please, by the way, I want to let you know that, while our rolling credits do not mention it, you can always look at us on our new YouTube page. So if you need to find us, it's easy enough. It's just, our audio page is www.yourlisten.com/BICHELA. Yep. And of course, I don't have one yet, but again, I don't think my videos have really been doing that well. You know, I think the problem is that I think people get a little confused between the two of us. Yeah, I think they do, and I think, like Susan Gurr said, is that there's a lot of, some people kind of think that there's a demonic presence, and I really kind of it gets me upset, because I don't like the term, because I'm not a demon. You're not a demon. No, you're not. You are absolutely positively anti-demon. You can be, because a demon would not be trying to help me to progress in my daily needs. They would do everything they can to destroy your daily needs. Yeah. Okay, guys. So don't forget, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please place them in the comments section below. And if you want to email me, my email address is bichela3@gmail.com. And let me, mine is lumifinistra@gmail.com. And she has her own YouTube page, which we had created a tiny URL for because YouTube gave this long, funky hexadecimal code, which is hard to read. It's simply enough as http://www.tinyurl.com/LUMIFINISTRA, and that will bring you to Lumi's page, and check out her videos too. Please do comment and do subscribe to my channel as well. I really need you. I don't have the kind of viewership Michelle has, but if you are interested, please do let others know. And because we'd like to get both channels back into the well-being. By the way, related to something that Chris Perella was talking about really quickly, how he said that his viewership had declined. Chris Perella, please relax. It happens to all of us. It certainly happened to my channel enough times where some videos get a lot of attention and some just get nothing at all. And you know, of course, I'm not trying to make money off my channel, so that is a big difference. Yes, it is. Okay, but you know, just try to hang in there, okay, bud? It's all right. You're gonna do fine. You just got to. Maybe you need to change the way you do your channel. You know, come up with a new topic or a new, what they call a shtick. Okay? That's SHTICK, shtick. Because I think that maybe that's what your audience is looking for. I'm working on trying to find what works for me for a while now. 2+ years. And, so, you know, so since 2011, I have basically done all kinds of videos, and some good, some bad, and it's okay if you don't get a lot of viewers on a single viewer, you know. But if you get comments from people, or those who click like or don't like, then we can at least determine if there are things that we need to change. But a comment helps more because they can actually talk to us and let us know. And of course, if you really feel afraid to open your mouth in a public forum, you can always send me a private email too at bichela3@gmail.com. I will read it. I may not always reply, but I will at least read it. And if it definitely feel it warrants a reply, I will do so. Okay? So don't forget to like and share. We'll see you soon. Bye.